Hey there, everyone! Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell, because you definitely don't want to miss out on the most important updates when it comes to Social Security, SSI, and all things financial assistance. We're living in an exciting time for Social Security recipients, and today, we've got some incredible news to share with you all. Yes, you heard me correctly, a $5,108 Social Security check is coming this week. That's right, this is not just a rumor or a wild prediction, this is happening, and it's happening now. You've probably been hearing a lot of buzz about it, and we're going to break down exactly what this means, who's eligible for this significant check, and what you can do to make sure you're getting the benefits you're entitled to. So grab a seat, get comfortable, and let's dive into all the juicy details. Now, I know the first thing on your mind is probably, what is this $5,108 check, and why is it such a big deal? Well, here's the scoop. This $5,108 is the maximum possible amount that someone can receive from Social Security in 2025. Yes, you heard that right, 2025 is shaping up to be a monumental year for Social Security recipients, especially when you consider the 3.2% COLA, cost of living adjustment, that was recently announced. This COLA increase is a direct result of the rising cost of living, and it's going to help millions of Americans who rely on Social Security checks to make ends meet. The COLA adjustment helps to ensure that your Social Security benefits keep pace with inflation, meaning your check should have more buying power in 2025 than it did in the previous year. If you're currently receiving benefits, this could be a game changer, and if you're nearing retirement, this information is absolutely crucial. But let's be clear, not everyone will get $5,108. This is the maximum amount, and it's reserved for those who have contributed the maximum possible earnings into the Social Security system throughout their working years. That typically means those who have been earning top wages for a long time and, of course, those who delay claiming their benefits until they're at least 70 years old. For most people, the average monthly Social Security check in 2025 is going to be closer to around $2,000. That's still a significant increase over previous years, and it can make a real difference when you're budgeting for retirement or when trying to supplement other income sources. This COLA increase will likely affect millions of Americans who are currently receiving Social Security retirement, survivor, or disability benefits. Now, if you're sitting there thinking, well, I'm not at that $5,108 mark, am I still getting a boost? The answer is a resounding yes. Thanks to the 3.2% COLA, everyone receiving Social Security is going to see an increase in their checks. For someone currently receiving around $2,000 a month, that's an additional $64 per month in your pocket. If you're receiving the standard $1,400, that's an additional $44. While it may not seem like much at first glance, when you add it all up over the course of the year, that's a nice chunk of change. Over 12 months, $64 more a month adds up to an extra $768 per year. That could cover groceries, utilities, or even some fun activities you wouldn't otherwise be able to afford. And remember, this is just the COLA increase. There may be additional state-specific benefits or programs available to help boost that amount even further, depending on where you live. So now you're probably wondering, how are they calculating these amounts, and how do I know if I'm eligible for the $5,108 check? Well, here's the breakdown. Social Security benefits are based on your lifetime earnings, which means the more you've worked and the more you've earned throughout your career, the higher your monthly check will be when you retire. Social Security uses your 35 highest earning years to calculate your average indexed monthly earnings, AIME. Then, they apply a formula to that figure, which results in your primary insurance amount, PIA. If your PIA is the maximum allowed, you could be looking at a check that hits that $5,108 mark in 2025. However, keep in mind that Social Security benefits aren't just for retirement. SSI, or Supplemental Security Income, is another program that's set to see an increase thanks to the same COLA adjustment. SSI is a vital lifeline for millions of Americans who are elderly, blind, or disabled and have limited financial resources. If you qualify for SSI, this increase is especially welcome, as it could mean the difference between being able to cover your basic needs or struggling to make ends meet. In 2025, the maximum SSI payment is expected to be $914 per month for an individual and $1,371 per month for a couple. Of course, these numbers will vary depending on your specific circumstances, but it's clear that the COLA increase is going to provide much-needed relief to those who rely on SSI. Now, if you're asking yourself, how do I apply for Social Security or SSI, and when should I start the process? It's a great question. Let's talk about that. If you're planning to apply for Social Security retirement benefits, the process is actually pretty straightforward. You can apply online through the Social Security Administration (SSA) website. You'll need to provide your Social Security number, birth certificate, and information about your work history and earnings. The SSA uses this data to determine your benefit amount, and they'll let you know when you can start receiving your benefits. It's important to apply 3 months before the month you want to start receiving benefits to avoid delays. For SSI, the application process is a little different. Since SSI is designed to help people with limited income and resources, you'll need to provide documentation about your financial situation. You can apply for SSI online, or you can schedule an in-person appointment with a Social Security representative if needed. If you qualify for both Social Security and SSI, the SSA will automatically check to see if you're eligible for a combination of both benefits, but it's always good to double-check. If you're eligible for both, you could end up receiving a combination of checks that gives you a larger amount of assistance overall. It's worth noting that the application process can take a little time, especially if you're applying for SSI, so it's important to stay on top of things. The earlier you apply, the better, as delays in the process can lead to gaps in your income that you may not be prepared for. One piece of advice I always give to those applying for benefits: don't wait until the last minute. Start the process well in advance so you can avoid stress and ensure that you get the benefits you need to live comfortably in retirement or while dealing with disabilities. As we look toward 2025 and beyond, it's important to consider the future of the Social Security system itself. While the current system is still running smoothly, we know that there are long-term challenges ahead. The Social Security Trust Fund is projected to start running out of money by the mid-2030s if nothing is done. This has raised concerns that future generations of Americans may not have access to the same level of benefits that we do today. Thankfully, lawmakers are already discussing potential solutions, including raising the payroll tax, increasing the retirement age, or even restructuring the benefits to make the program more sustainable in the future. But for now, if you're already receiving benefits or are close to retirement age, you should feel secure in knowing that your benefits are protected in the near term. It's also worth mentioning that some people may feel hesitant or confused about when to start claiming their benefits. As a general rule, it's usually best to wait until your full retirement age, FRA, which is 67 for most people born in 1960 or later. If you claim before then, your monthly check will be reduced, but if you can wait until age 70, you'll get the maximum benefit. However, everyone's situation is different, so it's important to assess your individual financial needs, health, and retirement plans when making this decision. Finally, for those of you who are wondering about the broader impact of these changes, the increase in Social Security and SSI benefits is part of a larger trend toward ensuring that retirees and disabled individuals have enough financial security to live their lives with dignity. The COLA increase is just one step in the right direction, and we'll continue to see adjustments over the coming years as inflation, healthcare costs, and other economic factors affect the purchasing power of retirees and disabled Americans. In the end, this is about making sure that those who have paid into the system are able to reap the benefits and not fall behind as the cost of living increases. So, to wrap things up, the $5,108 Social Security check is a significant milestone, but it's just one piece of the larger puzzle. Social Security and SSI are vital programs that will continue to evolve, and we need to stay informed and proactive about how these changes affect us. If you're eligible for Social Security or SSI, Make sure to apply as soon as possible to take full advantage of these increases and updates. And, of course, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you can stay up to date on all the latest news regarding Social Security and financial assistance. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.